Well, here I am today looking at this new early access game called Dark and Light. I am in the character creator right now. Ignore the "you died" sign. I had to redo this video because the graphics were horrible, so I had to go back in and make my graphics epic to get the best quality to show you guys. So when you come into the game, when you join a server, you can join a private, or you can join the official servers. There's PvP and PvE servers. Personally, I'm a big fan of private servers because that way you won't be overrun and you're sure of the group that you're playing with and the rules that are in place. So when you're in character creation, you're going to see first that you have to pick one of your 3 factions or kingdoms. So the first one is the human kingdom of Talos, which is the human keep. When the humans first arrived on Arcos, they struggled to survive and were shunned by the other races. With stubborn determination, Leonidas Talos led his people west, where they discovered an abandoned fortress on the coastline, surrounded by beautiful grasslands. Here he founded the city of Talos, vowing that all the people would be ... There's not enough room, it's not scrollable, so I can't finish the rest of the story. So here's a map showing the location that you will spawn at if you choose this particular kingdom. Now everybody will spawn inside of their kingdom's township. So, you know, that's part of the game. The Estel is the wilderness paradise. Before the fall of Gaia, the southern lands were dense magical forests, and the elves were its unquestioned masters. When the meteors and the dark creatures arrived on Arcos, the elves and their sacred groves were devastated. To survive, they joined forces with any who sought to protect the forest and the city. So this will be the Elven Kingdom, and it is located to the south in the forest regions. Then there, over here, is the Kingdom of Ironfast. It is a mountain stronghold. I have to read it again. It is a mountain stronghold. The legends recount the story of Fafnir, the Dwarven king, who first led his people north into Thunderspire Mountains, following a flock of Nidhogg. Here they dug out the caves and mines that would become the city of Ironfast today. All races still sing of the walls that are filled with more gold and iron ... So once you pick a kingdom, and I'm going to go ahead with the Elven Kingdom, you click next. And so you're presented with the character creator, and you can see that you're going to have an elf, default elf, but they do have templates. So even if you picked the Elven Kingdom, you could still have a human or a dwarf. So there's the human faction and the dwarf faction. So that's your basics. Now, once you have what you want to work with, you would go over here. You have the head, and you can zoom out. Now the only annoying thing about this is that she keeps looking around, but you can change everything that is listed here. Headgear, I don't know why it says headgear, it's really head. So it's very customizable. You can have a very small head, a very large head, width, depth, all this stuff here. Eyebrows, you can change the eyebrows in a certain number of fashion. You can even change the angle, the spacing, and the width. So you might have a really, you can see that this affects the forehead, the width. So you could have a really bony forehead if you wanted. So there's a lot of customization in this. Then you have the eyes. You can adjust the corners up and down. You can adjust the width of the eyes, just how long it is. eye size. You have really big eyes, really small eyes. Eye angles, up and down. Eye elevation, up and down. Eye spacing, in and out. And all kinds of eye colors. As you can see, there's a wide variety of colors available. And that's what I like a lot about any kind of character creator. If they have a lot of colors to choose from, that pretty much can make or break the game for me. Ears, even the ears, especially for the elves, this is very interesting. You have all kinds of ways that you can adjust the ears. You can change them to be really small or really big, and change the angle of the tip, you know, tip flare, that sort of thing. In the face, there's a lot of things that you can change in the face too. You can change the cheekbones and the jaw width and elevation and all this stuff. So there is a lot of customization in this game. Same with the nose, bridge height, and a big nose, little nose, scale, nose length, nose width, and the tip size. So you could have anything you want. Mouth, there's a lot of customization with the mouth. Go up and down, be really wide, narrow, tiny, thick, upper lip thickness, and upper lip width, and lower lip thickness, but you can't change the lower lip width. And then the corners could be a smiler constantly or frowner. So hair, this is probably one of the short points of this game at this point. They probably will add more hairstyles in at some point, but these are the basic hairstyles you get. So your basic, it's very, very basics. Now, the point that I always noticed with this game engine, Unreal 4, is that this long hairstyle may end up having some kind of a graphic glitch that causes it to stretch out. This happened in Conan Exiles a lot, and I think that they have like the same kind of hairstyle there. So I would recommend doing some of the shorter hairs that don't have the opportunity to stretch out into infinity while you're playing the game. Facial hair, well, she has none, okay? So body, again, there's all kinds of things to change on the body. But one of the things that I wanted to point out here is that there is a wide variety of skin colors. Again, this is something I really, really like. So there's a lot of the natural colors. And then the more you go into the colors, you'll start seeing some more fantasy. So we're starting to get into the greens. So we got green. So I saw people on the forums in Steam saying, oh, we can't have an orc. I want to play an orc. Well, with this character creator, you could actually create an orc. You could create a goblin. And you can also create a dark elf and a purple elf or any other kind of fantasy creature that you want to, if you want to say what it is. This could be a devil with a reddish skin. And then there's even sort of a really orange color right here. And it kind of goes into a blue. Like you can see a light blue and then goes into another dark, I think that's a little bit reddish brown, more of in the natural state though. But just before that is another really dark gray. So, you know, that's something I'm gonna like, playing with these fantasy colors in a fantasy kingdom. So you've got neck length, neck size, shoulder width, chest size, chest height, chest width, arms, all kinds of features: arm length, upper arm, lower arm, hand size. Waist, you can adjust the weights and the hips and the height. So this would give you the long torso or short torso. And lengths, you can make them really short or make them really tall, you know, and then of course feet size. So if I was going to play a halfling, I'd probably go with the dwarf template. I would probably fix his hand, it's just ridiculous. But with this, I could change. You can change the feet. Make the feet real big. There you go. So, that's pretty much it for the character creator. Oh, I was going to go back into the hair. Let me go back to the templates. Pull out the elf again. So in the hair colors, you have a large variety of colors. See, purples, reds, greens, and then we get into like a blue, sort of a blue. And I kind of noticed, I think some of these hairstyles might have some different shades, because I noticed I couldn't get a pure white on that long hair, but I could on the shorter hairs. See, like that. So there's some pretty cool colors. For the guys, so this would be your elf default guy, and he's got actually more hair than the girls. So guys, celebrate this. There's some really good, you can turn them around and kind of look. Wow. But again, the long hairs are probably going to be blowing in the wind to infinity if you're not careful. And, you know, so they get the same thing, they have different colors. And let's look at the facial hair for the guys, because that's pretty much the only other thing that the females didn't have. So I guess here is like no facial hair, and you can have a pretty crazy beard. You can have a different color beard from your hair. I think that's a pretty cool feature. And let's see, do they have a black? Not really. That's too bad. So, black is kind of missing from here, but maybe that causes problems with rendering out. I don't know. So anyway, so you get this. These would be more like dwarf beards, you know. Oh, that's a pretty awesome beard. So the guys have some really cool facial hair to play with. There you go, mustachio. And some of the normal beards. So this could be a pretty cool combo, you know. Ooh, that hot stuff. So there you have it. That's pretty much it. The last thing I did want to mention about Character Creator is that once you have created your character, you've gone through all those settings and everything, you can go down here in the lower left-hand corner and save your character. So you could save as many as, I don't know if there's a limit actually. You can give your character a new name and click save, and it'll save like that. So I already had one back. So if you don't want to save it, you can click away to get out of there, but then it will show up as a template, so I can always get back to the character that I created. So that is basically it for the Dark and Light character creation. It's pretty cool. It's not as sophisticated as Black Desert Online, but it is more sophisticated than Ark, and a lot of people are going to compare this game to Ark. There are a lot of similarities to Ark in this game. Some of the UI are very familiar, but the theme is different, and there are some different mechanics as well that we'll go over little by little as I discover them. So that's it for me for right now with Dark and Light in the character creator. Thank you for watching.